Welcome to The Explainer. You ever stop and wonder what all those hours you pour into the internet are actually worth? And I'm not just talking about mindless scrolling, I mean the creative stuff, the memes you build, the reviews you write, all that community building. Today, we're going to dive into Tiziana Terranova's groundbreaking work to decode how your online passions might just be the unpaid engine driving the whole digital economy. So, let's just kick things off with a question that might hit a little close to home. Think about all that time you spend moderating a fan forum, or writing a super detailed review for a product you love, or spending an hour crafting that one perfect meme that goes viral. You do it for fun, right? For the community, for the creative outlet. But what if it's also work? To really get a handle on how we got here, we've got to rewind. We need to go back to the beginning, back to the internet's big, beautiful promise. What was this whole new digital world supposed to be anyway? Well, the term that started getting thrown around was the digital economy. It's this wild intersection where culture, media, art, ideas, smashes right into the tech that makes it all go. But right from the jump, there was this massive debate about what, or maybe more importantly, who was really fueling this thing. Now, one of the first, and honestly most powerful ideas, was that the internet wasn't just another marketplace. No, it was something totally new. It was a high-tech gift economy that was going to play by its own set of rules. So this thinker, Richard Barbrook, he saw it as this big mix. Yeah, sure, you had government funding kicking things off and companies trying to sell stuff. But he argued that the truly revolutionary part, the real game changer, was that third piece, a gift economy, where people just shared things freely. And this quote just nails it. The idea was that these online communities were built on gifts of time and ideas. People shared information and creativity not for a paycheck, but for connection, for community. Barbrook even called it a form of anarcho-communism, a space where value came from sharing, not from a price tag. Okay, so while one camp was seeing this digital utopia taking shape, corporations and management theorists were looking at the exact same thing and seeing something totally different. For them, it was a new frontier for productivity. For business gurus like Don Tapscott, this wasn't about gifts, not at all. It was about efficiency. The whole point was to network human intelligence, to harness our collective brainpower to create commercial value. The focus wasn't on community, it was on intellectual capital. And the people doing this work, they were a whole new breed, these so-called knowledge workers. You can't manage creativity like you manage a factory floor, right? Their means of production is their own brain. So the theory went, if you want to get the most value out of them, you have to give them these open, creative environments where they can really thrive. And get this, Tapscott even argued that this new economy could solve the age-old fight between labor and management. I mean, if your work is creative and fulfilling and you basically own your own factory, your mind, then all those old conflicts just evaporate. So let's just pause here for a second. We've got a paradox on our hands. Two completely opposite ways of looking at the exact same digital space. How can they both possibly be true? I mean, how can the internet be both of these things at once? How is it a space of free, anti-market sharing and a hyper-efficient machine for corporate profit? Are these two ideas at war, or is there something else going on entirely? This is the moment where the scholar Tiziana Terranova steps in. She offers this absolutely brilliant synthesis that solves the puzzle and completely changes how we see our online lives. And she does it all with one core concept. She calls it free labor. It's that work we do willingly, even joyfully online. That's the pleasurably embraced part. But at the very same time, that exact same effort is being captured, or as she puts it, shamelessly exploited, to create value for the platforms we're using. And this is not some abstract academic idea. This is the real, tangible stuff we do online every single day. I mean, think about it. You've got creative work like writing fan fiction or making memes. You've got community work like moderating a subreddit. You even have technical work like beta testing a new game. All of this is the invisible labor that keeps the digital economy humming. So why do we do it? I mean, why are we all putting in these hours? Well, it's not because we're mindless cogs in a machine. We do this work because it taps into a very real, very human desire to create, to connect, to share, to express ourselves. The system is just so brilliant because our desires and its needs are perfectly aligned. Okay, so if we're producing all this amazing, valuable stuff out of a genuine desire to connect and create, how in the world does that become commercial value for someone else? How does that leap happen? Well, the old school way of thinking about this was a process called incorporation. The idea was simple. An authentic subculture, like punk rock, would pop up outside the mainstream. Then, big companies would swoop in, copy its style, its music, and sell it back to everyone else, basically killing its authentic vibe. But Terranova says, nope, that's not how it works anymore. Today, our cultural creativity hardly ever happens outside the system. It's born inside a commercial world, from day one. It's a creation from within. She calls it immanence, not some hostile takeover from the outside. So this is a subtle but absolutely massive shift in thinking. It's not about a company capturing your authentic creativity. It's about platforms and companies building these spaces where the creativity you're already producing is voluntarily channeled right into their business models. And that's the punchline. That utopian gift economy and the corporate playbook, they aren't fighting each other. They're two sides of the same coin. The passionate, free sharing we do in our communities is the raw material that gets voluntarily fed into the corporate machine. One just seamlessly flows into the other. So this leaves us with one last pretty critical question. The next time you post or comment or create something online, remember this. You are performing labor. You are creating value. The only question left is, what is that value really worth to you?